today we're just discussing affection. It's a topic that we decided that we feel in marriage is very important. It's something that is of significance in a relationship. It's something that affected us and we had to, affection affected us, no pun intended. It's something that we found some difficulty, well I found some difficulty in understanding at first. And affection, what's your understanding on affection?
Ooh. Affection is playing with my hair. Okay, affection for me is just showing somebody that you're special to them. It becomes a bit difficult because there's a fine line between how does that person understand that you're special to them, because you'll be doing something thinking that this is my way of showing them that they mean something to me, but they don't receive it with that intent. Okay,
before we go into my understanding, I'd like us to read what the Bible says. And the Bible in the book of Ephesians 5:33 says, "So again I say, each man must love his wife as he loves himself." I'll read it again. "So again I say, each man must love his wife as he loves himself. And the wife must respect her husband." For me, and to a lot of things in life, the Bible has been so revealing, so unraveling, and we tend to think we finding ourselves out, yet the Bible has been telling us this all along. And when you read it and you're like, why didn't we just catch it the first time? Affection to people are different things. Like I've written here, there's different languages of love. Affection to you is you being touched, being loved on, being smeared with love. But to someone else, another lady per se, affection could have a different meaning. And the languages of love are different. For a man, I know most men, the greatest form of affection to a man is respect. Respect in the sense of esteeming him high, honoring him as the husband, respecting him just out of respect, like normal respect for a man. Because for me, I find it easier to love on you, to give you affection, to smear you with love when you respect me, and you always do. And I remember at first what a difficulty I had in understanding what your language of affection was, because for me growing up, as we've discussed, I've never seen that sense of affection, even though my parents were married, 30 something years. But even to other people, some people grow up in broken homes, they grow up without parents or without certain parents, not because of only divorce, but even in the sense of people like a father or a mother passing away or dying, which is so sad, and we don't get to see a proper display of what affection is. But that doesn't fully prepare you for your wife or your husband per se, because
nothing does.
Exactly. Your husband and your wife, I was just thinking the other day when I was doing the dishes, and I was saying, in marriage, you must never forget to say, this is not your mother or your father's house.
You must never forget
to say that, because we tend to bring the traits of what was done in my mother or my father's house to your marriage.
Why? Because you didn't do dishes in your mother's house.
No, even besides that, we tend to think that everything that was done there, you come from a different household, I come from a different household, and I have to respect and adapt in our marriage. And if the only way I'm going to do that is I have to now somewhat, not fully leave everything, but there's things that we have to learn on our own in our marriage. There's a journey that you and I are taking, that I have to respect your values that you've learned, and you have to respect mine, and we have to create our own marriage. Coming back to affection. Affection to you, to me, is different. And it's all found out through communication. That's how I feel. But also through the Word of God. For me, the most important thing is respect. For you, it's love. A woman wants love. A man needs respect.
You said earlier on that it becomes easier for you to show me affection, for you to love on me when you are respected.
Indeed.
What happens in a situation where nobody is willing to give themselves first? Because I don't want to respect you because you don't show me any love, so I don't think that you deserve respect because I don't feel like I'm loved. Yet you're the one that doesn't want to show me any love because you feel like you're not respected because I'm not respecting you. So at which point now
is one gonna get to that? First of all, marriage is about dying to self. When you're in marriage, it's like salvation. You're dead to self. There shouldn't be any part of pride. That comes from pride. And the order of which we've discussed, and we're still going to discuss, is that of setting it into place. A husband is the greatest servant in the household. The wife is the second, and so on, as we've said before. So my greatest role as a husband is serving you. So I need to humble myself as the husband at times and come to you, which we all learning. And I know it's difficult for me. We discussed that and we're going to get into it later. So it's part of marriage. And it's something that we don't master overnight. So dying to self, more importantly. And then communication. Communication. Yeah. So we're going to continue on affection next week. So I don't think we can discuss it fully now because it's also going to lead us into our next topic, which is communication. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to L&E again. And we love interacting with you. We hope that you'll respond, that you'll send us messages and just tell us what you thought of our discussion. Affection. And what's your thoughts on affection? And by the way, everything that we say is not completely closed off. Yours may be different to ours. It's just our opinion and our journey that we're sharing with you and ways that we found to make marriage easier.